Students, we are back with a video again. We begin with our video series lecture. Yesterday it was a Sunday, so we did not did any videos. But today we begin with our video series lecture once again. It will be from Monday to Saturday. Sunday again will be a holiday. So in the last lecture we had learned about the crystal lattice and about the unit cells. Today we will be learning about the density calculations, relation between A and R, that is the edge length of the unit cell and the radius. So let's come here and let's do it. So we are also going to do the packing efficiency. So what is exactly the packing efficiency? Packing efficiency. This is a very important concept. If you take the board exam papers, you will come to know that many a times this question has been asked in the exam, that is the packing efficiency of a simple lattice, then body centered, and then for the face centered, right? So packing efficiency means what? The total amount of space occupied by the constituent particles is called as packing efficiency, right? So have you understood this? The total amount of a space occupied by the particle is said to be the packing efficiency, right? Now this particular packing efficiency depends upon the two factors, that is A and R. Now what is this A? A is nothing but A is equal to edge length of a unit cell. And what is the R? R is nothing but the radius of a constituent particle, right? So these two terms are very important terms, right? A is equals to edge length of the unit cell, R is equals to radius of the constituent particles, right? So in order to determine this packing efficiency, we need to first determine A and R. We need to calculate the radius of each of the particular cell. So let's begin here. So first, I will explain you about we'll take the example of a cubic lattice. We know that in this cubic lattice there are the constituent particles which are held at the corners, right? This is what we have learned. All the unit cells are containing the constituent particles are at the corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So this particular length is nothing but called as the A. This length is called as the A. This length is called as the A, right? Now what is the radius? See, this is our constituent particle, right? So from the center towards the outermost orbit, this becomes your R. That is the radius, right? So let's see how to calculate the radius and this for the simple cubic lattice. So example number 1, note it down. Simple cubic lattice. Simple cubic lattice, right? So in a simple cubic lattice, we know that the constituent particles are here at the corners. Now here I am going to draw the constituent particles which are very much close to each other, by their bodies are very much close to each other, or we can say they are very much packed with each other. Remember, the constituent particles are not placed like this. The constituent particles are placed near to each other. They are touching each other, right? So this particular length becomes the A, that is the edge length of the unit cell. Then from the center to the outermost, it becomes one R. Then from the center to this outermost, it becomes a R. So here we can make the equation A is equals to 2r, r is equals to a by 2. So this is the value of a radius for the simple cubic lattice. I hope that you might have understood this. Okay, now let's take the example, next example, that is the face centered. For a face cubic lattice, what will be the situation for the face? Let's draw the cubic lattice once again. Right? So here in this case, we know, I'll use the other pen. We know that the constituent particle is at the face. So how many faces are there? Total 6 faces are present in the face centered cubic lattice. Right? As this particular cube is having a 6 faces. Similarly, I gave you the example of this room. This room also has these 6 faces. One here, one this side, one top and one at the bottom. Right? So here in this case, let's say this is one constituent particle which is there in the middle, one constituent particle at the corner and one constituent particle at the corner, right? So here can we draw a diagonal? See, this is a diagonal. Are you able to identify the diagonal? See, this is the diagonal, right? I'll draw this little bit bigger so that you will be able to identify. Right? Now are you able to identify it? See, this is one particle at the corner, this is one particle at the corner and this is in the middle, right? So what is the distance? This distance is A, this distance is also A, right? Then what is this? There is 1 r from the center till here. From center till here, this is the center of this particle. This will be 1 r. From this center till here, this will be 1 more r. This will be 1 more r. So how many r's are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 r. So 4 r is equals to face diagonal. Right? So this becomes a face diagonal. Are you able to understand? See, you might be knowing about this theorem. What is this theorem? Pythagoras theorem, right? In the Pythagoras theorem, one side is A, other side will be B. That means this will be under root of A square plus B square. So similarly, what is the situation over here? Over here, the situation is this is A, this is A, this will be A square plus A square, right? Are you able to understand? Right? So this is the situation. Okay, now let's do the calculation. So 4r is equals to face diagonal. That means 4r is equals to 2a square. Are you able to understand? It will be 2a square. Right? How it will be 2a square? It will be under root 2a. Pause karo sir.